Good morning and welcome to NYSE TV Live. I'm Trinity Chavez and today is Thursday, April 25th, and we are coming to you live from the epicenter of global financial markets. Now, tech has been generating plenty of buzz here on Wall Street in 2024 especially, from quarterly earnings to the rise of AI and advancements in technology. But the rise of technology comes the rise of cybersecurity threats. Enter Rubrik, which is listing here at the NYSE today under ticker symbol RBRK. And to honor the occasion, we have Rubrik's branding all over this iconic building, which you just saw, from the facade outside and the cubes behind me above the trading floor. We are in for a treat today. And for all of you who may not know, Rubrik is actually a data security platform on a mission to help organizations achieve business resilience against cyber attacks, malicious insiders, and operational disruptions. The company provides protection on a single platform, including ransomware investigation, sensitive data discovery, and provides data security and data protection on single platform, including zero trust data protection, ransomware investigation, incident containment, sensitive data discovery, and orchestrated application recovery. Now, Rubrik says that it's trusted by over 5,500 organizations, and we have all that and more to get to later on in today's broadcast. But first, we're going to go to the boardroom for more of our live coverage.
Hi, good morning, Team Rubrik. For those of you I've not yet met, I'm Lynn Martin. I'm president of the New York Stock Exchange. I got a couple things to say. Number one, April 25th, 2024 is the day the tech IPO market reopened because of your deal. I can't tell you the amount of time I have spent in the Bay Area, and to a company, everyone said, I want to see how Rubrik goes. Welp, you upsized and you priced $1 above the range. The market is open because of you. I think it's awesome that a company who shares a belief that I have, especially given my background, protecting the world's data, is the company that opened the market. If I think about the next great trend, the two letters that everyone wants to talk about, AI, it's a data-driven trend. And if we don't have good data, if we don't have secure data, if we don't have the right source of truth, if that data gets manipulated, bad outcomes will happen. And that's what your North Star is every day, to protect the world's data. Congratulations. I'm thrilled that a company that's just turned 10 is about to embark on this next chapter. And I think it's wonderful that the market has already rewarded you and is going to reward you after your stock opens today and for the future. Congratulations to everyone in this room starting up a company and then taking it to the success that it has become with a very clear mission is not an easy job, but you all did it. Congratulations. And I'm going to call someone who needs no introduction that I've gotten to know a little bit over the last couple of years. The man with the vision. Bipul, why don't you come on up?
Thank you for the partnership. All right. Are you guys excited or what? Yeah! Rubrik! 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 Awesome. First of all, let me congratulate each one of you and all of us who are not in this room but around the world in 19 countries in numerous offices for a singular vision to create an enduring institution. And today is a testament, a milestone on that vision to create an enduring institution. While Rubrik has no finish line, today we start the next chapter. Big day, big inflection. Go Rubrik! I wanted to first of all thank to our customers and partners for giving Rubrik an opportunity and seeing what Rubrik can become. Without their support, without their promotion and sponsorship will not exist. Secondly, huge thanks to our investors who saw this vision of what Rubrik can become and gave us a lot of money when we had very little to show for it, and stuck to us through good times and bad times. You know, every journey, every great journey has the story of good times and bad times, and we did, but sticking with us through all the times and really never losing faith and belief that what Rubrik could become. So thank you to all our investors. Thank you to all of you. You have been relentless on this mission to secure the world's data. Not an easy thing to do in the world where you have industrial espionage, cyber attacks, cyber warfare. Protecting data is a noble cause, and we are doing it. What we do matters. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to my wife and my 2 boys for sticking with me throughout these years. And lastly, thank you to our board members who has been giving us great guidance and support as we go on this journey. We miss John Thompson today. Yesterday was his 75th birthday. So happy birthday to John. We are missing you. Today is a tremendous day because today Rubrik changes. We add a whole new stakeholder into the Rubrik ecosystem. That stakeholder are public investors. Somebody sitting in their home in Iowa or Wisconsin or Maine making a bet with their savings for their kids' future in Rubrik. And it comes with significant responsibility. And as we have been relentless in building Rubrik, we have to be relentless in creating outcome for them, creating value for them, making sure that we do all the right things for them. We have a singular vision to create value for every stakeholder in the ecosystem, starting with folks who trust with their money to Rubrik. Very, very important day. As we go on this journey, there will be a lot of good days, a lot of difficult days. No great story is written in a day. Rubrik is not a startup or a company with an exit. Rubrik has no exit. Rubrik has no finish line. Rubrik is our collective ambition to see what we can do and how far it goes. Because phenomena has no limit, humans have. Rubrik is a phenomena. And we'll do whatever it takes to make sure that Rubrik has the highest opportunity to achieve its greatest potential. Since we don't know Rubrik's potential, we'll be relentless about it, and we'll redefine ourselves, redefine new limits, and we'll go get it. Thank you so much, all of you, for your personal support for me, and you're relentless for Rubrik. Go Rubrik!
Okay. Today, you all are joining a community of 2,400 listed companies. Some of the great innovators are members of that company. On the tech side, it is the Salesforces, the ServiceNows, it's Uber, it's the people that I know that you look to when you think of what Rubrik can become. It is my honor, Bipul, to present you officially with your original listing certificate to commemorate this article.
Thank you.
Okay, and we have a couple of other traditions. We're 232 years old. You don't turn 232 years old without having one or two traditions. Every morning, we present our bell ringer with a medallion. On the front of the medallion is our iconic facade, which stands for a variety of things, including access to free markets around the globe and innovation. And I can't think of someone and a company who I would be more honored to present this to than you, Bipul.
Thank you.
So we're going to head downstairs shortly to open the U.S. markets. A couple hours later, after all the demand is captured for Rubrik stock, we are going to officially open your stock. You are going to do so with this mallet, which it's my honor to present you with right now.
Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, one of our traditions is no one goes away empty-handed. So as a reminder of your time with us today and the hard work that you've undertaken to get you here, everyone will get a slightly smaller medallion.
You got it. You got it.
Medallion for you, medallion for you. All right, so with that, I am going to turn it back to our web hosts who are going to join us on the floor.
Now, we just heard from NYSE President Lynn Martin and Rubrik CEO Bipul Sinha. He was talking about how he wanted to thank everybody, the thousands of employees from around the world in 19 different countries who have played an integral part of getting to this milestone achievement that we are today IPOing at the New York Stock Exchange, joining the long list of over 2,400 listed companies. And, you know, he was saying that while Rubrik doesn't have a finish line, he says today is the day of the next chapter. A lot of important mementos there. But anyway, switching gears a little bit, Rubrik, it was founded a decade ago in 2014. It says the cybercrime business will exceed $10 trillion in 2025, according to the company. And according to research by Rubrik, 99% of IT and security leaders were made aware at least one attack in 2022. 93% of external organizations reported malicious actors attempting to impact data backups during a cyber attack. And 73% of the attacks on backups were at least partially successful. Now, the FBI is taking notice as well. Last month, it published its 2023 Internet Crime Report, and illegal activity is on the rise. In 2023, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center received a record number of complaints from the American public, with over 880,000 complaints that were registered, with potential losses exceeding $12.5 billion. Now, that represents a nearly 10% increase in complaints received and a 22% increase in losses suffered compared to the year prior. And according to that same report, investment fraud was mostly the type of cybercrime, with losses to internet scams rising from $3.3 billion in 2022 to over $4.5 billion in 2023. Business email compromise was the second most costly type of cybercrime in 2023, with $2.9 billion reported in losses. And the FBI also notes that victims 30 to 49 years old were the most likely group to report losses from investment fraud, while elderly accounted for more than half of the losses to tech-reported scams. Joining me now to talk more about this is Andy Ellis, operating partner for YL Ventures, a venture capital firm specializing in seed-stage cybersecurity investments. Good morning.
Good morning, Trinity.
It's great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So let's just dive right in. So your firm focuses on startups in the early stages of development. What are some of the benefits and potential challenges that come with investing in startups at this stage?
One of the big challenges when you're laser focused on investing in these early stage cybersecurity startups is that the cybersecurity ecosystem has become increasingly polarized, especially post 2021. Young startups that raised funding rounds at very high valuations, the market was sort of very bullish at the time, now struggle to raise follow-on funding. And so they often may prefer early exits to the continued growth. And so we see large companies vying to acquire their talent, their technology, or their product. But that's not the only piece of the market. On the other side of the spectrum, we do see experienced founders who are focusing on longevity, seeking market domination, with their second or third cybersecurity startups often gaining traction to get funding and staying ahead of the pack with their technology and hopefully impressive business execution.
Now, Andy, in your experience, what are some of the most significant challenges facing cybersecurity startups today, and how does Weil Ventures approach supporting them?
So we're laser focused on providing a high conviction, high investment model. So we'll invest in those exceptional experienced entrepreneurs so that they have that motivation to disrupt a big market. The challenge is when you want to make a real change against established large players, you are often fighting an uphill battle that's going to require stamina, passion, competitiveness, and a really big vision. So for us, the way that we address this challenge is we introduce our teams to dozens of potential customers, even during diligence, before a first investment, because we want to assess the team's ability to engage with global industry leaders, to gauge customer and market interest in their offering before we're going to reach a decision to make that first investment.
Now, with the ever-evolving landscape of cyber threats, what trends do you foresee shaping the cybersecurity industry in the upcoming years, and how does Weil Ventures position itself to stay ahead of those trends?
So we look at trends are always changing, obviously, but there's some big thematic ones. One I think many people aren't paying enough attention to is this idea of security governance, of actually understanding what's happening in your environment. I think as we're seeing with Rubrik's IPO, talking about attacks on backups is often a governance problem as well as a data security problem. Because enterprise environments are growing more complex. There are more people and departments to support them, specialized technologies and processes everywhere, just to manage all of the gaps in your cybersecurity. So governing and orchestrating all of these different tools or processes is going to require innovative tools and approaches. And so you need startups, one in our portfolio is Gutsy, to guide the execution of your core functions and ensure alignment between people and technology so that businesses have a data-driven understanding of how all their pieces work together and security is enabling the process rather than being a blocker. Another major trend, obviously, security for AI. I don't think I'm allowed to show up and not mention AI, because we're now seeing that 30% of enterprises that have already deployed AI have experienced a security breach through AI. But generative AI is, I think, unstoppable at this point, right? The adoption and use is a reality that you have to contend with as a security leader, because your business is charging ahead and you just can't be behind the pace on that. So we see a growing opportunity here just to secure the use of AI, which is distinct from actually securing the AI models themselves.
Yeah, and could you also provide some examples of successful cybersecurity investments that your VC firm has made?
Yep. So some of our very successful ones, Exonius, which does sort of inventory and data management across your entire platform, Orca Security in the cloud native security space, Valence and Grip Security in SaaS security. And then we have some new ones, AIM Security focused on generative AI, Migo in the application detection response space, and as I mentioned, Gutsy in the security governance space.
Well, thank you so much, Andy, for joining us today. We have an IPO to get to, so thank you for joining us. All right.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, right now, we're getting images of the team making their way down to the trading floor, an active trading floor. They are signing the Distinguished Guest Book right now, which it's a long list of thought leaders, entrepreneurs, innovators, disruptors who have signed their name right there in that book. We're seeing Bipul right there. Oh, he's signing his name. He is now a part of history here at the NYSE, capturing every single moment that's playing out today by our first-in-class in-house photography team right there. He is calling over what looks like some of his colleagues. There is Ali right now capturing this moment. Oh, I believe that's his wife and his two sons, who he also mentioned in the boardroom. He was thanking them along with the investors, the partners, just everybody who has played a role in getting to this milestone achievement today, taking them to this IPO. We are going to walk you through the price discovery process and all the events that are taking place here at the NYSE throughout the day. But first, we are going to toss it to an interview that I actually did in a moment. But with cybersecurity right now at the forefront of conversations around the world, especially here on Wall Street, safeguarding our financial institutions is paramount. I had the opportunity to sit down with Steve Pugh, who is the Chief Information Security Officer for the Intercontinental Exchange, or ICE, our parent company, about how he is safeguarding our crucial economic infrastructure. Let's take a look.
SaaS companies enable other organizations to rapidly scale up and innovate in a way that we couldn't before with regular infrastructure that you would host. And so companies like Rubrik are really important in securing the data, because when you're using a SaaS company or a cloud provider, ultimately at the end of the day, what you're trying to protect is data. And so companies like Rubrik are doing a really good service and helping folks like me as CISOs defend and protect that data.
And right now, in the current landscape that we're in, what sort of trends are you seeing right now in the cybersecurity sector?
Well, I think the trend we're continuing to see over and over again is these attacks are really targeting data. I mean, there are some attacks that are targeting infrastructure, leveraging attacks with distributed denial of service and botnets, but fundamentally most attacks we see are going after the data. And so figuring out ways to creatively protect and understand what's happening with your data are vital to the success of organizations.
With the landscape constantly evolving, right, how is ICE or the NYSE really leveraging their platform and staying ahead of the curve?
The landscape changes constantly, and so we have a mechanism through threat intelligence feeds and a lot of business partners to understand what's happening in the environment with cyber criminals and other folks that are trying to do malicious activities. And through that, we understand what they're going after and try to tune our sensors to make sure we're properly positioned so we can best defend.
And tell me how ICE and the NYSE collaborate with regulatory partners and industry experts, right, to really stay ahead of the ever-changing cybersecurity threat landscape.
Cybersecurity is a team sport, and it takes a multitude of entities to really get together and defend. We know the attackers talk about us on a daily basis, and so it's only prudent for us to get together. And so whether it's a regulatory agency, a trade group, or other organizations that are doing intelligence sharing, all of those help strengthen our collective defense.
What advice would you have for other corporations or companies to stay ahead of the emerging threat landscape when it comes to cybersecurity from your vantage point?
I think the biggest thing is just communicate and figure out ways to, like we just talked about, to partner in the industry. We're all facing similar threats, and so we can learn from each other, and then also use the technologies that we have and share what's working versus what's not working. That way we can all end up in a stronger position.
All right, you guys, we are now on the trading floor, again, an active trading floor. We're seeing actually a bunch of the designated market makers here. There's Pete Giacchi, he's the head of trading for Citadel Securities. Let's take a look at this crowd, okay? There's about 200 friends, colleagues, teammates who have been a part of this journey to IPO today with Rubrik that are here celebrating them right in front of CNBC set. Let's walk over, see what's happening. We might get pushed around because, like I said, this is an active trading floor. Again, there's between 100 to 200 traders who are actively placing in orders right now, getting ready to open up the U.S. equity markets. Actually, let's bring in Kevin, but we're going to pull over here because there's just a lot happening on the floor. Kevin Hawkins. So, like I was saying, it took a team to get to this pivotal moment today. Kevin Hawkins, he is one of the people, one of my colleagues here that has helped really get to this pivotal moment today of Rubrik's IPO. So Kevin, tell everybody about your role and how you really harness this relationship to get to where we are.
Sure, first of all, congratulations Rubrik and the entire team. This is an amazing moment and we're so happy to celebrate with you today in securing the world's data, not only today as your first day as a public company, but for so many years to come. My role in U.S. capital markets is to help bring companies public, amazing companies like Rubrik, especially in technology and the cyber sector.
Yeah, talk to me more about that relationship and how the NYSE's platform really helps leverage companies like Rubrik to IPO here with us at the exchange.
Absolutely, we work with private companies of all sizes to really elevate and celebrate them as they go in their mission to go public.
You know what, I'm going to take this conversation over here because it is getting a little bit crowded in that area. I was pointing out to all of our viewers who are watching, who might not know that this is an active trading floor. So there's like 200 traders right now that are getting ready to open the markets as Rubrik is getting situated. Tell me about one of your favorite stories during this journey, being a part with working with Rubrik's team leading up to this moment.
I think what's really important is that Rubrik works with so many NYSE listed companies, so their impact goes beyond deeper into the NYSE community. So it's an amazing team from Bipul to Kieran to Pete and the entire team. It was so fun to work with them on this journey.
And you know, quickly, I know we're getting ready to open up the markets here, but just tell me about what happens next. You know, you've been harnessing this relationship for so long, but what are the next steps now that they're joining the over 2,400 listed companies at the exchange?
Absolutely. So the next step is a lifetime of partnership with the NYSE, is to really celebrate them today and elevate their profile and connect them within our NYSE community and welcome them back at any time to celebrate again with us with another bell and an anniversary or whatever they like to do, board meetings, investor days, and the like. We're here at NYSE, it happens here.
And you know, I was listening to Lynn in the boardroom. You were also in the boardroom, right? And she was saying how Rubrik was really sort of the one guiding other companies to really gauge when's a good time to IPO. Now that Rubrik is officially IPOing with us today, what do you think is next? How is it going to change the landscape, especially when it comes to the cybersecurity sector?
Absolutely. I think that this is the start of opening of the market, especially in technology. This is the first software IPO of the year. I think it's the first one in 3 years. And we're really excited to see the outcome for Rubrik and other cybersecurities that will follow maybe later this year and into next.
Amazing. Well, we have about 60 seconds to the bell, and I want to show our viewers this crowd because it's really gearing up. 200 people.
200 people.
And you know, I loved how they were talking about how thousands of employees are tuning in from 19 different countries. Also, this is hugely significant because what it speaks to the global market, right? I mean, it just shows the NYSE's reach to those global markets. It's not just domestic.
Absolutely. The NYSE is in 47 different countries, representing about $38 trillion of market cap. So we are truly the global home of capital markets.
Amazing. Well, Kev, I'll let you go and join the celebration.
Absolutely, you too.
All right, we're about 30 seconds out right now, and just to give you all a little bit of history here at the exchange, well, I don't know if we have enough time for that, because honestly we have only 15 seconds, but designated market maker is what sets us apart from any other exchange in the world. This is a specialized trader who is going to be pricing out everything before we IPO, but let's go to that opening bell. We'll be right back. chills just listening to everybody. Officially, the markets are now open. The markets are looking good. Actually, I'm going to bring in somebody right now, Ashish Gupta, Rubrik's VP of Engineering. Ashish, good morning. It's good morning and welcome to the NYSE.
Good morning, and what a morning this is.
What a morning. Your team is incredible. You and your team, the chance, Rubrik, it's so electrifying, the energy.
It is exhilarating. It is surreal what is happening right now. It's the culmination of so much of hard work everyone has put in around the globe.
I was listening to the boardroom, obviously thousands of people from watching around the world, 19 different countries. As a global leader, specifically leading the engineering team in India, talk to me about the importance of that global culture with Rubrik.
Absolutely. I think this has been one of the most amazing cultures that I've seen around the globe. I think it's such a unique blend of how everyone gets the highest level of independence. Regardless of time zone, regardless of your location, wherever you are, you feel like a true equal, and you get the level of independence, and at the same time, you get the ability to come together. When there's a time of need, everyone's there for you, crossing all boundaries. And I think this is what brings the best out of all our people, and has been the foundational reason for our success.
Now you have a significant history when it comes to tech, especially in Silicon Valley. How do you leverage your qualifications to lead your team and to help build a better team overall?
Yes, I had the privilege of being in Silicon Valley for about 10 years and been back in India for more than 15 years now. This helps me understand both cultures in a way that we can build a great cross-collaboration between both the geos, between both the time zones, working as one team. And, helping understand the cultures on both the sides really helps, work together. And, that's what creates great culture. It's all one Rubrik.
It's all one team. Now you're a part of our team here at the NYSE, and it's great to have you. An amazing crowd. It's so amazing to have you.
What an amazing day. Thank you for having me.
I'll let you continue the celebration and join your colleagues. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I am going to bring in one of your other colleagues, Zach Deming. I think he is over here. Oh, hi, Zach. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's such an electrifying day. The crowd here, you guys were nothing like it. And I want to talk to you about this team, right? You are a newer team member.
Yep, 6 months.
What initially attracted you to Rubrik, especially just 6 months ago? And now, how do you feel being here for this pivotal moment?
Sure. So, Rubrik's in a rare space. It's a rocket ship. Really focused on keeping businesses running, and few companies get to do that in the way that Rubrik does. So it's a really exciting space to be in.
And tell me about how Rubrik's products range from data protection to cyber recovery. What are you seeing right now in the landscape? What are the biggest trends, and how can Rubrik be of assistance?
I think some of the biggest trends are the incredible growth of data, explosive growth, and on the AI side, talking about we need clean data, protected data, and make sure user access is limited to those that should see it. So securing that sensitive data is critical to the growth of AI for any business.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Zach, for joining me.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, we're going to interview a lot more people just ahead, but first we're going to toss it to a quick video and we'll be right back.
The human impact in the event of a ransomware attack in our industry is dramatic. We're ensuring people's lives and their dreams. With Rubrik, we can now be prepared to handle the catastrophic events on the horizon.
Healthcare is the #1 cyber attack vector in the world. Resiliency for us in a healthcare environment is the only way that we're going to survive. Deciding on Rubrik was an easy win.
Rubrik Security Cloud is helping us identify across the enterprise, properly classify, and also provide governance and future controls around the use of our data here at Carhartt. Rubrik isn't just a data security solution, it's a peace of mind for our entire brand.
Rubrik is not only strategic, but is also a transformational partner. Why transformational? Because it's not only understanding our needs today, but it's also forecasting and predicting where the industry is going and what our needs for the future are.
Emmett Hoare, Rubrik VP of Customer Service, is joining me now to talk all about this historical day. I mean, it's a huge day for you guys.
What a day, what a day for all Rubrikans worldwide. I mean, it's not just us here, but it's everyone around the world that has put the massive effort in to get us all here. So it's a culmination of everyone around the world really who put all this effort in it. An incredible, incredible team worldwide.
Thousands of people around the world, 19 different countries, about 200 people here. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is an incredible moment for me personally and an absolute honor to be here. We have an amazing team around the world. I happen to be in the EMEA side of it, and what a team. Every aspect of our team, from legal to sales to support, you name it, everyone's a rock star, and it's just a privilege to be here.
You know, speaking of that, as a global leader, specifically to support the EMEA team, like tell me about that. What would you say the importance is when it comes specifically to the global culture at Rubrik?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a great question. Global culture is the epiphany here today of global culture. We're not here without the global culture we have. We've got our Rivet values here and we stick to them, and you know, it's a company where you can ask questions, be not afraid, dare to be yourself, believe, and if you do all that, you know, we win, and we get days like today. Today is a new chapter for us, and it's going to be amazing where we go from here. The company's amazing, the people are amazing, we got this.
We got this. I love that mantra. Now tell me about some of the specific cybersecurity challenge that you and your team are helping address and spearhead.
Yeah, look, I suppose it's no secret to anyone. Ransomware and bad attackers are out there all the time. It's becoming more prevalent. As a result, me and my team and the global team in support are seeing a lot more attacks, and we need to build that resilience. Bipul talks about it all the time, resilience. It's not just backup anymore. We need to build resilience, and that's what we're doing for our customers. There are times when our customers do get hit with ransomware issues, and yeah, we're there from every step of the way. Every step of the way, right from the start to right to the end, to make sure everything's good for them. So, unfortunately it's becoming a trend, but we're there for them, and we've got immutable data, and we're there for them. So it's unbelievable.
And we're there for you. Congratulations on joining the NYSE community. We are so excited that you're here and it's official. And yeah, then I'll talk to you later. I'll let you enjoy today.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone.
Take care. All right, we have a lot more to get to. This is just the beginning. So we're going to toss it to a quick video and we'll be right back. Ravi Matra, partner and co-founder of Lightspeed Venture Partners, is joining me now to talk about the IPO Rubrik all today, because your company was actually one of the early investors in Rubrik. Tell me about the significance in that and being here for the IPO.
Well, we think this is an amazing milestone. It's 10 years in the making. Bipul Sinha, who was the founder and is the CEO of Rubrik, really, he embodies the American dream. He came here as an immigrant, got his education, worked in the U.S., started the company with support from Lightspeed and other investors, and has really built a company that's created a lot of jobs for people in the technology industry, and we're really excited to see where the company goes from here. We think it has great prospects.
Would you say that that was your original thesis of the company when you first met them and when they first pitched you on what they actually do, hearing about his story, how he came to the U.S. and his ambitions? Or when did that development of that relationship really start?
We had a good understanding that the market potential was there, but obviously when you invest in a founder in the very early days of a company, there are a lot of things that have to go right. There's you have to be, we say, lucky and smart. We knew that Bipul was someone with a lot of innate talent and ambition, and these are the kind of people we love to invest in because we knew he was going to be resilient and he would not stop at anything to try to realize, the American dream of building a company and, kind of having success both for himself and all the employees and, and really building something. So.
And tell me about that relationship now. Now that they've IPO'd, they're joining the long list of over 2,400 listed companies here at the NYSE. Talk to me about your relationship now with Rubrik and Bipul.
We really have continued to be a large stakeholder in the company, and we believe the potential for the next 10 years for Rubrik to grow like many companies that have gone public on the NYSE and then had incredible value creation journeys afterwards. We think Bipul is the kind of CEO who has the ability to grow Rubrik a lot more from where it is today, and we think there's a big market opportunity for their products and technologies. So.
Speaking of market opportunities, talk to me about what you see for the overall cybersecurity landscape the rest of this year.
Cybersecurity has been one of the most robust sectors of information technology and really very resilient through a lot of the ups and downs in the macro over the last 3 years. And again, with just the way the world continues to evolve, there are bad actors globally. Data in particular is something that's growing at an exponential rate, and it lives everywhere. We think the prospects for cyber as an area both to invest in and where customers are going to buy more products and technologies, it's incredibly robust.
Amazing. All right, well, thank you so much, Ravi, for joining me today.
Yeah.
It's great speaking with you. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
All right, now I'm bringing in Laura Diorio. She leads our social for the New York Stock Exchange. I never know if I'm coming, you're going. I mean, that's kind of the trend.
My friends all here are so excited to take photos under our podium. So I just love how much energy is happening here today. I mean, I'm sure you've been feeling it for the last, half hour. We were outside with the folks and the double-decker bus in Experience Square, streamers shooting out of confetti cannons. There's a ton of content rolling out today, so I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah, walk me through that social plan. How do you support, from a social standpoint, how do you support the companies that IPO here at the exchange?
Yeah.
And I'm going to switch you spots a little bit. There we go.
I've been in conversation with Rubrik for so many months now, just gearing up for this day. It's always so exciting to be able to do an entire IPO run of show on all of our social channels. We're on LinkedIn, X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching this, right to the offices. And so I've been collaborating with Rubrik's, shout out to Caleb. Caleb's my favorite. He has been killing it across the board. So we've got that beautiful banner that goes up on the facade we capture, the opening bell itself, live right now, and then of course, all the amazing photos and videos that come out of the day. I just get to capture all of these amazing smiling faces, quick hit interviews, so it's really a privilege to be able to do it.
Oh, it's awesome, and we have over 200 people here that are on the trading floor right now. I mean, we definitely interrupted CNBC's broadcast this morning, for sure. Anyway, Laura, I know you have a job to do, so I'll let you go.
I appreciate it. We got a first trade bill soon, so good luck. I'll see you.
Bye. All right, and IPOs and ringing the bell doesn't just happen inside the confines of our trading floor on the corner of Wall and Broad Street in New York. We also take the bells on the road. We were recently in Las Vegas for ICE Experience. Let's take a look at that. Rubrik VP of Strategy and Chief of Staff, Julie Lee is joining me now on the floor of the NYSE. Good morning, Julie.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, you're better though. Like, this is such a great moment.
It is. It's been a long time coming and so excited, this huge milestone.
Talk to me about that journey. You mentioned it's a long time coming. I mean, to start in 2014 from the company's inception to today. Walk me through that journey.
I mean, this is really today's milestone is a really testament to what we've done, to what all these employees, our customers, partners who've supported us. We've taken a C market and transformed it into an A+ market across our technology, how we build the product, our design, everything, how we serve our customers. So today's milestone really is a testament to how far we've come. And then of course there's a long way to go from here. This gives us a broader platform to reach pockets of the world that we haven't been in. So definitely exciting.
And I want to talk to you more about that because we heard Bipul in the boardroom. He was thanking everybody who has been a part of this journey for the past decade, but he says that this is the start of the next chapter. Tell me more about that next chapter. What do you envision for the company? What do you personally hope to accomplish?
Well, this is the start of the next chapter. I mean, as we say, like, this company has no finish line. And so we have so many more acts to unveil. And if anything, we have a huge ambition to build a long-enduring institution. I mean, what we solve is such a critical problem for our customers. And so we're protecting, we're securing the crown jewels of any business. And especially with cyber attacks on the rise, there's obviously, this is so critical to solve. So if anything, there's more and more to come, and we manage and secure that data, and we can do more and more with that data.
Such important work protecting businesses' data around the world. Well, thank you so much, Julie, for joining.
Thank you.
All right, now we have a lot more to get to with Rubrik's coverage here. We're about to cover the price discovery process with the designated market maker, but first we're going to go to a quick word from the NYSE. Fabiano Botello, Rubrik VP of Engineering, is joining me now on the floor of the NYSE. Good morning.
Good morning.
Fabiano, how does it feel to be here on the floor of the NYSE? You know, the company's been around 10 years. To be here for the IPO day, tell me about the significance and how you're feeling.
It's a big moment. It's definitely something that we feel very emotional about. It's a long journey, a decade of our lives dedicated to the company, to build and bring it to where it is. We're celebrating together. We're very happy for the team, and we're celebrating this moment together in a big way.
And you know, as an engineering leader, tell me about how you and your team work together to spearhead some of the most cybersecurity challenges that we're seeing in today's landscape.
Yeah, I think the key thing is to make sure that everybody feels value about what they bring to contribute to the mission of the company, connect the dots for them, present the problems in a clear way in order to have them think and solve it in the best way they can think about, and bring great products to the market. And our customers have been rewarding us and supporting us through this journey. We're very happy about it. It's very exciting.
And tell me about how Rubrik is different from other competitors that are out there to achieve this mission.
I think the key thing about Rubrik is the culture, the people, the way we value each other every day, our values that we withstand every day and bring to work. I think that's what has made unique about Rubrik. That's why I've been here for 10 years, and that's why I'm very excited about the next 10 years to come.
No, I mean, that's a hugely significant, starting with the company from its inception, 10 years later, a decade here later, and you're here at the NYSE. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, now we are going to speak to Phyllis. Let me see, Phyllis Liu, Rubrik VP of Finance. She's right here. I mean, everyone is polling everyone everywhere today because it's such an exciting day, right?
It is an exciting day, yes.
So how are you feeling right now?
I am a hairbreadth away of bawling my eyes out.
I love that. If you want to shed a few tears, oh my gosh,
It actually might happen. It's been a 9.5-year journey of being at this company, so yeah, I might start crying on the camera.
Tell me more about that, the company's culture, especially when it comes to the Rivet values, and what do they mean to you? And, you know, just being a part of this journey.
Yeah, I think it's so funny that you asked that question because I remember when I interviewed, Bipul telling me about the Rivet values in my interview, and I rolled my eyes at him. Really? And he was like, why are you rolling your eyes? And I was like, well, half of Silicon Valley have these words in their values, and I just feel like sometimes it's just words on a sheet. And what he said to me I thought was very profound. He was like, well, that's why we talk about it in our interview process, because every single person needs to know about these values while we're interviewing them, so that way they can uphold them while you're at Rubrik. And so this was 9.5 years ago, and when he interviewed me, and I've been very impressed that the values are still here today and that that we still uphold them today.
Do you think that that's the reason why the company has been so successful? Do you think that upholding these values are sort of the core nucleus of the success of this company?
100%, because I just feel like at the end of the day, Rivet just ties us together, and Rivet has us all working for the best of Rubrik. There's no ego. There's nothing about it. It is everything that we do is always to make sure that we're doing the best for Rubrik. And so when I talk about something like transparency can be defined in so many different ways. But when I think about it, it is, hey, we're in a room together. There's a problem that we're trying to solve. We're going to be transparent about all the issues. We're going to be transparent about all the solutions. And me as a finance person might be asking questions of the engineers. And instead of the engineers being like, hey, why is the finance person asking? And they're like, oh, there might be a different insight that we haven't thought of. And vice versa. The engineers ask me questions and I'm like, huh, I've never thought about that way. Let me think about that. And that's how we become a better company.
Exactly. It's all about having that team collaboration and working toward a common goal, especially with those values in mind. Talk to me about, as the VP of Finance, what are some of your core objectives for the rest of 2024? Now that you're a part of the NYSE community, 2,400 listed companies, what's next?
Operate like a public company. We've been practicing, and now we're really going to be it. And it's beyond exciting for me to see what the next stage is going to bring to us and what we're going to learn.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Phyllis. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Go Rubrik!
Now we're going to speak to some of the company's co-founders in just a few minutes, but we're going to toss it to a message from the NYSE. We'll be right back.
Together, we built something truly beautiful in the true iconic notion of what America is all about.
This is our task, this is our mission. We have a clear focus and we have the ability to be agile and innovate.
It takes years of dedication to get us to this milestone. It is all because of you.
Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. It is the only thing that ever has.
To be a woman leader, it's not so easy, but it's easy if the passion and the love is coming from your heart.
The New York Stock Exchange is the symbol of what America is all about. Potential of capitalism, the potential of an American dream.
The only way you can move a society forward is a true expression of freedom.
Arvind Nitrakashyap, co-founder and CTO of Rubrik, right now is joining me. But I'm gonna, you have a nickname, right? Nitro.
Yeah. It's a nickname I haven't been able to shake off.
Oh, really? Well, it's a good name. It's a good name. Tell me about how you're feeling right now. IPO, this pivotal moment, 10 years in the making.
Obviously, I mean, when you start the company, the odds of getting here are very low. But we wouldn't get here if not for, our customers, partners who took a leap of faith on a very young company. And of course, our thousands of Rubrikans across the globe who really put company and customer first and made this happen. So, I mean, all credit goes to them.
I mean, as one of the founders, I mean, it's hugely significant. What would you say your biggest priorities are next?
I think we are just beginning in our, a long journey. We want to build a long-lasting, iconic company. We want to secure the data of all the customers, of all the large enterprises out there. And so I think we have a long way to go. We're just getting started.
Just getting started. Talk to me about why now was the right time for Rubrik to IPO?
Yeah, so we obviously sell to very large enterprises, and our customers, treat us as partners. They want to partner with organizations that can be long-term partners for them. So by going public, we actually, give them the comfort that they can look at our financials and they can see that we have a long runway ahead of us, and that gives them confidence in investing in us. And we are also at the right scale and maturity to be able to do that. And secondly, I think a lot of people have worked very hard to get us here. I think it's great for some of them to have some liquidity and do their own financial plans as well. So
I love that. And 6,100 employees, 19 different countries are probably tuning into this broadcast right now. What would you like to tell everyone who may be watching?
Well, what I'd like to tell them is, first of all, huge milestone. We would not be here without you. So enjoy the moment. There's a great time to really relish the moment. But then there's just the first step in a very, very long journey. And I can't think of a better team to embark on this long journey. So congratulations, enjoy the moment, but let's keep going. Go Rubrik.
Go Rubrik. All right, thank you so much. I'll let you continue your celebration.
Thank you.
All right, well, that just about does it for us here on the trading floor, but we're not done just yet. We're going to toss it to Josh King for the last word.
So much, Trinity. Great show. And so now we put a bow on yet another IPO at the New York Stock Exchange as the IPO window continues to edge open ever wider. I was talking to Lynn Martin a little bit on the floor as Rubrik was getting ready to go to start the bell ringing process. Lynn told me, I think that as of this transaction, about 64% of all the proceeds raised in IPOs so far this year have been raised here at the New York Stock Exchange. You had, among others, Ibotta last week, UL Solutions on April 12th, Pax Group on April 11th, Reddit on March 21st. I could get used to this, and it's so great to see how our team at the NYSE TV Live show covers all the action. When Trinity was talking to Jennifer Liu just a couple minutes ago, and she said, I'm going to quote her here, I'm a hair's breadth away from bawling my eyes out. I mean, these are the kinds of human stories of people working for 10 years to bring something to life that we strive to bring home to all of you every week. So welcome, Rubrik, to our unparalleled community of 2,400 listed companies. Think about the company's trajectory. Founded 2013, releases its first product 2016 now. All that time later, it's got more than 6,100 customers, including our listed companies, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, and Fiserv, all big names, all with a lot of obvious cybersecurity challenges that Rubrik has set itself up to solve. And yet, in some ways, you'd expect that. CEOs of those companies, like David Solomon and Jane Fraser and my old boss, Frank Bisignano at Fiserv, who I saw on the floor here yesterday after reporting a blockbuster first quarter, by the way, they all have top-flight boards of directors whose job is to keep management accountable for the safety and security of the data flowing through their pipes. But what about a smaller company, perhaps not yet a public one, with cyber teams that aren't as robust and skilled in combating the dark arts of malware? Does Rubrik have a solution for them? Turns out they do. And one of my processes as I think about these IPOs is to sort of move through the website of the companies and look at the case studies that they talk about. And so take Carhartt, for example, the Michigan-based storied American brand founded in 1889, selling workwear to tradesmen and ranchers alike. I buy a lot of their stuff too. It's warm, it's rugged, and it looks great for every chore you do around the house. Now, it turns out that retail manufacturers like Carhartt use an omnichannel approach to give consumers easier and faster access to the apparel they need. Now, that adds a lot of complexity when ensuring security of the company's growing data against the increasing risk of cyber attacks. So, at one point, Carhartt had a data incident when its product lifecycle management application upgrade failed and they tried to restore it. Its legacy backup solution failed too, forcing Carhartt to rebuild about 2 weeks worth of data manually. Now, in comes the Rubrik Security Cloud, consolidating 2 legacy backup tools with a single modern data security platform. As one of Carhartt's executives said when I read this case study, I'm going to quote them here, We work hard to ward off intruders, but we have to operate on the assumption that they will find a way in. Rubrik plays a key role in building trust in our system with secure protocols and access channels. Put another way, as Dwayne Hopkins, Carhartt's senior manager of cybersecurity, said, Rubrik isn't just a data security solution. It's a peace of mind for our entire brand. Enough said. I'm Josh King, and I'll let Dwayne Hopkins of Carhartt have the last word with that. Secure the data, folks. Welcome, Carhartt. Talk to you later.
Iconic brands speak for themselves. The strongest brands stand the test of time. We are so excited to welcome you to our community. Today is all about you.
We've never lost sight of what we're trying to do and deliver that mission.
Going through this experience with my partners and my families has been unbelievable.
We imagined something that didn't exist yet, and we believed that we could do it.
You're going to look back on this accomplishment as one of the finest you've ever done.
I want you to know that the best is yet to come.
Just a few minutes, we'll go downstairs to the legendary New York Stock Exchange trading floor to ring the opening bell. The history here, the tradition, it's just incredible for us to be at this moment.